Magic remembers the greats, Maerlyn, Morgana, Dumbledore, Gandalf. But for every legend remembered, a dozen are forgotten. What of those whose names have been erased, whose spells changed the world, but whose stories were lost to time, betrayal, or fear? Today, we summon the forgotten. Welcome to the Forgotten Mage. Power alone does not make greatness. True magical greatness lies in wisdom, sacrifice, and vision. But history is not kind to those who challenge it. Forgotten wizards are not always obscure. Many were erased. Some practiced dangerous magic. Others simply defied their age. Their stories were buried in banned tomes, lost to fire, conquest, and silence. But memory is a form of magic, and tonight we remember. Long before Hogwarts or the White Council, beneath the fabled Library of Alexandria, there was a hidden order, the Shadow Archivists. These mages transcribed forbidden spells in mirrored script, written backward in flame ink that only revealed itself by moonlight. They were led by a man known only as Pharos the Silent, a mute scribe whose spells could erase entire thoughts from memory. When the library burned in 48 BCE, Pharos vanished without a trace. But centuries later, a scorched scroll appeared in Cairo, its text glowing red when touched by fire. Some say he still walks through ash and ember, guardian of lost knowledge, waiting. In the Age of Stone, when spells were sung, not spoken, there lived a mage who wove memory into air, Lady Namarra of the Windhall. She was a bard mage, able to reweave echoes into scenes, reliving entire events for those who heard her song. Rulers used her gift to expose traitors, then to rewrite their own crimes. But one day Namarra vanished. No storm, no war. She was simply gone. Since then, travelers claim to hear whispered arguments, laughter, even last words, in places long abandoned. It is said her echoes still linger, not as ghosts, but as truths too heavy to forget. The sea has always held its own strange magic, and none knew its language better than Eivar. He built his tower on the cliffs of the Stormwrath coast, a spiraled fortress made of salt stone and pearl. But his greatest enchantment was a curse. Whenever someone lied within the tower, it would sink into the sea. Scholars, kings, and even inquisitors came, seeking answers only truth could unlock. On the day of his trial, accused of treason and heresy, Eivar entered the tower one final time. It never rose again. But sailors still speak of lights beneath the waves, and of a tower that surfaces only during the blackest storms. In the world of Middle-earth, magic is often loud, commanding armies, defeating evil. But Radagast the Brown chose a different path. One of the Astari, like Gandalf and Saruman, he was sent by the Valar to guard the balance of the world. But Radagast chose the company of birds, beasts, and trees over men and councils. He is often dismissed, a hermit, a fool, a lover of mushrooms. But few know that it was Radagast who healed the poisoned beasts when Mirkwood was dying. It was he who guided the eagles to the battle of the 5 armies. His magic was quiet, ancient, and natural. He did not crave glory. He protected life itself, and in doing so, he was forgotten. From the floating city of Elverin, in a kingdom lit by silver moons, came Shalendra, a mage born under the rare twin eclipses. Her gift was prophecy, but not from cards or crystal. She read the language of firestorms, the flicker of comets, the geometry of stars. She predicted the fall of her kingdom, warning of betrayal from within the high court. They called her mad, exiled her to the Void Hills, and 3 years later, the kingdom fell exactly as foretold. Her final scroll speaks of dimensional rifts, of cities born from starlight, and of a gate that sings open only during the blood moon. Some say she now walks the edge of the astral sea, a sentinel watching for the end of time. Thorne was born in the Skyreach Peaks, a wind-swept land where sound bends and carries for miles. He created the Hollow Wand, a conduit that spoke spells not aloud, but through vibration, resonance, and pure intent. His magic manipulated air, silence, and rhythm. One of his experiments shattered a cathedral tower, and he was branded a heretic. But his disciples continued his work. They say Thorne had begun crafting a new magical language, one based entirely on harmonic resonance. It is rumored that if you hum a certain pitch in the ruins of Skyreach, the wind still speaks his name. Maerlyn was not born. He was bound, found abandoned in the ruins of Veltaren, clutching a crimson book with no name. He claimed the tome had chosen him, its pages blank to others, but alive to his touch. With it, he cast spells that altered identity, time, and truth. Kings forgot their heirs. Armies vanished from memory. When the High Enclave tried to seize the book, Maerlyn vanished, consumed in ink and smoke. Some say the Crimson Book still exists, a living grimoire that seeks a new master. Others say to speak Maerlyn's name is to invite forgetting. If you could uncover the lost journal of one forgotten mage, if you could learn from just one, whose would it be? The Weaver of Echoes? The Sea-Sorcerer? The Prophet of Stars? Or one yet to be found? Tell me in the comments, and choose wisely. Some fell to time, but others were erased by kings who feared their power, by rival schools who envied their ideas, by religions who sought dominion over magic. These mages weren't failures. They were revolutionaries. Their spells broke boundaries. Their truths made people uncomfortable. But magic is not comfort. Magic is transformation. And in each forgotten mage lies a piece of the puzzle of what magic once was and what it could be again. To forget is to lose more than memory. It is to lose wisdom hard-earned. Every forgotten mage carried a truth. Not all truths are easy. Not all are safe, but they all deserve the light. Will you remember them? Subscribe to The Forgotten Mage. The archives run deep, and the next page is waiting.